As promised, this is my short follow-up video with some more technical information about diesel. This is relative to all 23 Class 08s who I mentioned could have been diesel in the last video. Diesel left Darlington Works in BR black livery with the early crest. Diesel could have received BR green with either the old or new crest if he had gone in for overhaul before 1967, but no 08s were ever painted in BR black with the new totem. Hazard stripes may have been added to Diesel's bonnet and cab in either black and yellow or black and white from the mid-1960s. From 1967, Diesel would have received the BR blue livery if he went in for overhaul. In Thomas and the Evil Diesel, Diesel retains his black paint. This is likely because of continuity with Diesel's previous appearance in Duck and the Diesel Engine, as well as the book being written to be adapted for the TV series, where Diesel remains black. I believe this is the reason Donald and Douglas are shown in their black livery and Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree. Diesel would also have had several changes by the events of Thomas and the Evil Diesel to his bodywork. The plate covering the bottom 4 slots behind his bonnet ladders mentioned in the previous video would have been added, as well as the removal of the ladders entirely, probably to be replaced by a single handrail. The stanchions on the shunter steps would have been moved up to the top of the handrails too. Diesel's build date indicates he would have had the running plate lip and fillet by the rear buffer beam that later examples did not have. He would also have had this cross shape of buffer beam lifting hole rather than the straight slot others had. Diesel's opening side panels incorporated horizontal hinge straps, whereas later examples would gain vertical handles. And now for something specific to the engine I believe to be Diesel, 13236. 13236 was retrofitted with the windscreen wipers at an unknown time, and does not appear to have gained the vacuum exhauster cabinet that other examples did get. Since leaving the Bluebell Railway, 13236 has had at least one excursion, which was to the Epping-Ongar Railway. I tried so many things to put a date on this book. The only firm evidence in the illustrations comes from Thomas's straight valance and Daisy's presence, which shows it is set after the events of branch line engines. As I've explained in this video, I don't believe Diesel's appearance can help. He is illustrated just as he appeared in Duck and the Diesel Engine for continuity, and even if he did not receive a different livery when he returned home, he has not received any of the modifications which you would expect by the 1960s. All of the illustrations are consistent with the rest of Spong's work, such as the layout of Knapford Junction and the carriage livery, which is the case for illustrations set even before his tenure, so cannot help. The same goes for the Fat Controller's office, which looks as it does in Gordon the Big Engine and Troublesome Engines, which is also how it appeared later on in Spong's volumes, Thomas and the Fat Controller's Engines and Thomas's Christmas Party. It changed in decoration in the 8 Famous Engines and the Twin Engines, but both of these volumes occur before branch line engines, so it doesn't help. Christopher Audrey didn't often set books in the past. Toby Trucks and Trouble, Wilbert the Forest Engine and Thomas and Victoria each have one story told in flashback, but mostly Christopher stuck to what happened on Sodor in the past year or two and didn't delve into the history of Sodor or its engines. Jock the New Engine is the one exception, but is based mostly on characters his father had already recorded. Finally, in The Thomas the Tank Engine Man, Wilbur Audrey makes it clear he believes Diesel will never return. The book was published in 1995, but some of the interviews date to between 1984 and 1986. Thomas and the Evil Diesel was written for the TV series, and I think it's fair to say Christopher may have wanted to not overwrite his father's history, but created a loco crisis on the Farquhar branch to give Diesel another appearance during his tenure as author. Therefore, I reckon Thomas and the Evil Diesel occurs between More About Thomas the Tank Engine and Toby Trucks and Trouble. More About Thomas the Tank Engine looks to be set over a few weeks in autumn 1985. Fields are shown as ploughed, which happens between autumn and spring, but the lack of leaves in some illustrations makes autumn the most likely time this book was set. Toby Trucks and Trouble starts around summertime 1987, based on the text, and also the illustrations of the leafy trees and children playing on Bulstrode on the beach, with later stories finishing in early winter. In Thomas and the Evil Diesel, trees have leaves, and this paired with the ploughed fields makes it likely this book happened in the springtime. That's all I have on Diesel for now. If I find anything new, I'll make a further follow-up video. Thanks for watching, and I'll have a new research video up shortly.